Ukraine is not participating in these talks. Ukraine knew nothing about them. Ukraine regards any negotiations on Ukraine without Ukraine as negotiations with no result. And we cannot acknowledge anything, any arrangements about us that were made without us. And we will not recognize such agreements.
NewsNation's Kelly Meyer has the details from the White House this morning. Kelly, what can the United States get out of these talks if a peace deal really is off the table without Ukraine's input?
That's a good question, Markie. Good morning. A few things for the U.S. that they're hoping for here. One is that this leads to a deal. Two is it helps restore U.S.-Russia relations for the future. And three, that this could be the beginning of the conversation that leads to President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin meeting face-to-face. So these historic talks happening in Saudi Arabia right now, they actually just went to a lunch break between Russia and the U.S. This is as President Trump is pushing for a deal to end the war in Ukraine. These talks today, Ukraine insists they knew nothing about. And you're looking at this video here. And if you've been following the invasion from the start, this video is something you never thought you would see. Two former Cold War foes sitting across the table from each other. Secretary of State Marco Rubio across from Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and an aide to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Rubio there alongside U.S. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz and President Trump's envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff. So Lavrov says the talks will focus on ending the war in Ukraine and restoring, quote, the whole complex of Russia-U.S. ties. President Trump is insisting ahead of the talks that Putin wants peace here, but it comes as Russia launched a drone attack on Ukraine hours before officials from Washington and Moscow came together there. But Ukrainian President Zelenskyy says Ukraine not only isn't attending the talks, but they didn't even know they were happening until just before they began. However, Zelenskyy will be in Saudi Arabia tomorrow for a long-planned trip, his office says. Zelenskyy says anything that comes out of the talks will not be recognized. And the Ukrainian president says Trump's Ukraine envoy is set to visit Ukraine this week, and he wants to take him right to the front lines. And one interesting response from another world leader, Markie, is China's foreign ministry spokesperson welcoming the effort between the U.S. and Russia this week, but saying that China expects, quote, all parties to the Ukraine war to sit together for peace negotiations. And that comes after President Putin's press secretary said that the Russian president is now willing to negotiate with Zelenskyy, quote, if necessary. Putin had previously refused to negotiate with Zelenskyy, calling his rule in Ukraine, quote, illegitimate. Markie.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.